Okay, I'm back. There is no end-game scoring, but Purple did just win a victory, and since they have nuclear era technology, they get 4 points now instead of 2 for doing that. So they go up. And yes, it's final action time, and Green's going to end the game. We're going to do that for 4 points and a revolution, because those are the only 2 actions he can do. He can expand. So yeah, he'll expand just to see if he can prevent Purple from scoring, but all he's doing is, actually he can prevent Red from scoring. There's no need for me to play co-op here. So he's going to expand into Red's territory to prevent them from getting anything. And that's it. That's all he can do. He can't go to war, he can't raid. That's all he can do. Anyways, let's get him his 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we're going to do this nonsense here. So we're going to tap all of these to get 2 points. That's what he's been doing every round. We're going to tap this. That lets him get his cubes back, whatever good that does. Okay, he did an expand, so he gets a point for that. And actually, we're not going to tap these 4. Let me take this back. We're going to tap this one for 1 point. So I'm going to take a point away from him. And then only one of these is tapped. So those 2. These are also tapped. That one's still active. Okay, that gets him a cube. But what we're going to do is we're going to do this one where I'm going to kill 2 of them to get 3 points. So these ones that are tapped, I'm going to just destroy 2 of them out of the game and get 3 points. And then I'm going to do this, which lets me refresh that one so I can do it a second time. And I'm going to kill 2 more for 3 more points. So I'm going to get 6 points out of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the whole reason you buy that card, is to kill them at the end of the game. And then there was one other thing I noticed. This one lets me kill a cube to get 1 research. So I'm going to kill one of my cubes, and I get a research, which is worth 2 points. So I'm going to get 2 more. So Green didn't do too hot. Red wants to get at least a level of tech here. And he's going to pull it off because he's going to do that. And that will give Green 1 more point. But then Red is going to move 1 on the tech track, like this, and that gives him 7 points. 7 points is no laughing matter. So he gets 7 points, and he gets to take back his oldest card, which is just a tech card, but he does get it. 7 points for Red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then he still only gets to play 2 cards, so his last card needs to count, and it's going to be, remember, this was simultaneous actions, so he would have had to play a war card in anticipation that Green was going to try to block him. I don't think he would have been smart enough to do that. I mean, it could have been, because Green really only had 4 cards in his hand, and one of them was expand. So, and Red knows that since he's winning, Green would try to hurt him. So there is a possibility that some player would be smart enough to do that, but I'm controlling both sides, so this is where the game's not fun for me. But what I would have done is simply this, because I get 2 points for every bump, and I'm going to bump myself twice. And it cost me my 3 cubes, but it doesn't matter, I have them. And so I'm going to give myself 2 bumps for 4 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the same number of points as the if I had had a war action and killed the green cube. So actually I probably would have gotten, yep, I would have gotten 4 points for the war and then 4 more points for the tiles. So that green expansion cost me 8 points, I guess, or 4 at most. So anyways, that is Red's action. And we don't need to get back cards or anything. It's the final round. So, so all we got to do is just do final scoring. And as far as that's concerned, it's going to be the peacock and the leaders, and then the territory. Those 3 things score, and then the game's over. So from a peacock perspective, all three of us are getting 5 points. I'm not even going to move the score because it doesn't matter. It's all about relativity, right? Here, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 points. So 14 points for purple, 10, 14, and fine. There's his 5 points. And then we get 1, 5, 7, 11 points. 10, 11. And then we do the leader. Now, he gets maximum leader points, so he's going to get 14. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And remember, we're only going to get 9 because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 territories. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but we don't get the 5. And then green is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, technically I shouldn't have killed those because by killing those, he no longer has 11. Yeah, there's, oh gosh. So I wouldn't have done that action twice. I would have only done that action once for 3 points. So I got to take away 3. But then I would have done the other action where I kill a cube to get 2 points, right? And so then I would have 2 of these back. And so now he has 11. I forgot about this. You need 11 to get 9 points. And then you need 14 to get 5, and he's at 16. So he is getting his full 14 points. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's the final score of the game with green getting trounced and red winning by 1 single point. So if you want to, I can try to do a solo game of this. And by doing the solo game, like I said, we're going to have to definitely focus on military because this is about every last cube standing. And they can eliminate all of your cubes down to your last one, right? Now, one of the tricks that you probably learned is if you hide out in these 1-point spots, you can actually survive for a long time because the AI is going to go after each other before they go after you. But that would be interesting to try because in the solo game, we're not going to get, you know, some of these wonders to come out. But anyways, this is a very fun game. It has some issues. I think from my perspective, as you can see, the military trounced the pacifist route. And even with getting 7 points here and 5 points there, I just don't know if that would have been enough for green to make up all that ground. But the military got trounced because red and purple were able to own half the world. So if you, maybe green should not have eliminated one of the AI players. That's the other part, is maybe green should have taken this over here and let red be over there with all the nonsense, because then red wouldn't have been able to expand so easily. You see how that works? And then maybe, you know, taking Egypt was just poor because Egypt, you know, gave me ability to refresh cubes, but maybe some of these other, you know, races have better advisors. You know, like this one lets me take culture, and there's some military. I mean, France is pretty even. You know, America, I mean, that's a crazy one. You can gain a culture and 3 points. Here you trash it, and you just put a cube in here, and you get a card and a military. That's just straight up a point and a revolution. So you actually could do a revolution action with this card, and that actually lets you take the top card from your deck, and it's not the revolution card anymore. So you actually get the top card from your deck and get to pick anything else. That one is just a straight up, tech. And then if you expand, you're going to be able to expand and do all kinds of stuff. That's Lewis and Clark. So the American one's pretty interesting. And then this is Germans. Germans can take back 2 cards, which is pretty awesome. You get to do that action. The thing that sucks about him is if you get him in the early game, I mean, you can't use him. But he's really nice end game. That's a straight up military. Just get one of those, 3 cubes and 2. And then a science. Yeah, Einstein's pretty straightforward. What if we would have went with Spain, green? Spain has, that's a nice little combo. And more card refresh, military and points, cubes, and a combat action. Oh yeah, they're all about the war. Spain is. And last but not least is China. This is take any card you want. Oh, but you lose a point. That's still not bad. Taking any card you want. That's a trade action for refresh a cube. Military and 2 points. That's Bruce Lee. Confucius, get a tech and a military. So yeah, China's pretty balanced. And there you go. We forgot the events. Like I said, this one was any action you do, you lose a military. So what an awful one. But wouldn't that totally hurt you if you do a particular round? And there should be exactly 12 cards. Because remember, there's 12 turns in the game. So it affects the entire turn. So for the entire turn, if you do any action, you lose a military. That's crazy. There, if you do an action, you lose 2 points for Vesuvius. You do an action, you lose a military. If you do the culture action, you gain a military. If you do the science action, you get 3 points. Expand, you get a wonder. If you do revolution, you have to destroy a wonder. That's awful. Military action gets you 2 cubes back. This is the, whatever it is, the make your people work extra hard. You get actually a card back. Go to war, you get a tech. Raid somebody, and you get to... What is that? You get to remove any card you want from their hand? Oh, it's a rotate. Well, it is remove. I mean, not forever, but it's like... Oh, here we go. The player must use one action advisor card more without activating it. Oh, okay. If a player uses his last action card, the revolution automatically takes... Okay, so what it's saying is if you want to raid during Thermopolis, you have to spend an extra card. You just don't get to do the action for that extra card. And then, of course, we saw the Ice Age, where if you try to trade, you lose a cube. It's very minor, but, I mean, there's a few of them in there that are brutal. And so you could see that it really disrupts the game, or it can help you. The one thing is it's always face up, so on round 1, this is the card in action, and you get to see the card that's happening next turn. So nothing's going to surprise you completely. Maybe, that one will surprise you, but the point is that you always get to see the next card before you finish doing your current turn. So it's not like it's brutal, but anyways. Like the game, it's called Historia. I think there's a very rabid following on Board Game Geek of people who like this. And then there's a whole bunch of people who've never even heard of it. So there you have it, in the obscurity realm. I don't think you're going to see any of the solo video gamers busting out this game. I'm pretty sure most of them don't even know that this game exists. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I strive for. And there you have it, Historia. Thanks for watching. Stay awesome. This is a pretty good game.